Well, it took just 5 hours for a jury to find Newport-News School Division and Dr. Ebony Parker as liable for gross negligence, awarding Abby Zwerner $10 million for her pain and suffering. Thanks for joining us for 13 News Now at 6. I'm Connor Reel.
And I'm Dana Smith. This verdict comes nearly 3 years after a 6-year-old boy brought a gun to school and shot Zwerner in the classroom. Emily Harrison has the latest.
You could feel the anxiety in that courtroom as the buzzer went off and jurors announced they had reached a verdict. Dr. Ebony Parker sat there stone-faced as jurors found her liable of gross negligence, ordering her and the Newport-News School Division to pay $10 million. Dr. Parker's family quickly walked out of the courtroom as Abby Zwerner's family raced forward to embrace her. Ultimately, jurors agreed that Dr. Parker acted, quote, indifferently when multiple teachers and students warned her that a 6-year-old boy had brought a gun to school. Zwerner's attorneys are calling this a victory, even though they only got a quarter of the money they had asked for. This $10 million, they say, sends a message that school security cannot be taken lightly, and to ignore the warnings from teachers and students is a negligent act.
I think we have to acknowledge within our civil justice system that accountability comes from anyone who contributed to the ultimate outcome. And some of these things are foreseeable, and if we can take the appropriate measures to prevent them, then we can save lives, and we can save lives from being harmed.
Now that the jury has awarded $10 million, there is a question for how Dr. Parker and the school division will pay it. Zwerner's attorney told me there is currently an insurance policy in place with the school division, and Dr. Parker is listed as a name under it, but it's unclear right now how this will all play out in the future. In Newport News, I'm Emily Harrison, 13 News Now.
All right, now here to help us break down this case and today's verdict is 13 News Now legal analyst Ed Booth. Ed, we really appreciate you being here to help us out. We've been talking all day. I want to go back to something you said in one of our earlier shows. So the civil suit was for $40 million. The awarded amount is $10 million. I guess maybe some people may see that as a shortfall in some way, but you say in Virginia, not the case.
No, in Virginia, you're actually required to sue for a sum certain. And if the jury comes back with an amount less than that, then you only get what you sued, or an amount more than that, you only get what you sued for. So you sue for $100,000, the jury comes back with $150,000, well, you get $100,000, and your client might look over at you and say, where's the extra $50,000 coming from?
So go above and beyond with what you're asking.
You really have to. It's different than in federal court in some other states where it's at above a certain amount according to proof at trial.
And then that 5 hours that we noted in our intro, just 5 hours for the jury to deliberate, what does that tell you?
Well, 5 hours for 5 full days of evidence tells me that the jury was able to get into the jury room, elect a foreperson, and then very quickly come to a consensus about the issues that they were asked to decide according to the jury instructions that the judge gave them. So they were able to do a lot in a hurry.
Yeah, and then, you know, we know there's a criminal trial still to come for Dr. Ebony Parker. But when it comes to this civil trial, what other steps are there still to be taken?
Well, in Virginia, we now have an automatic right of appeal to the Intermediate Court of Appeals, and then there's the Virginia Supreme Court. For a case like this, that wasn't always true, but now either side could appeal. In this case, the losing side can appeal, and that will be heard automatically by the Court of Appeals, and then they can petition, if unhappy, to the Supreme Court. So they're steps ahead in the appellate process.
Okay, great. We'll bring you coverage the entire time. Ed, thank you for joining us as always.